time for Darren Casey.
Oh, thanks, Tony. Gee, you really got me on the back foot there. I was waiting for, could you? Should you?
Would you? Take home a case of Casey? I would. Casey, it's good for what ails ya.
You've always been incredible, haven't you?
No,
you get me up. Like the times when I don't want to do the segment, and you've had to slap me. You hunted me down in some bar.
That's right.
And you go, see, this is the barman, where is he? And the barman just nods at this wrecked creature up one end of the bar.
Yep.
And you walk over with disgust. And I go, I can't do this segment. And you go,
You will do it.
Slap me.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, and you really get me going. And you go, think of the people.
That's right.
And you drag me by the ear out into the street, and you make me look at a little boy.
Yep.
You're going to break that kid's heart.
Yep.
And the little kid's going, is it true, Mr. Casey?
See, it ain't so.
And you sort of slap me and give me coffee and sober me up and tell me I can do it.
Yeah.
So that's great.
And then the reviews, we read the reviews the next day. Darren Casey triumphs.
Tour de force.
5
Triumph
stars.
of the human spirit.
That's right.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, just a quick, we're 5 games into the footy season, just a quick haircut update.
Yeah.
There's a guy playing for Collingwood, a fabulous gun, because he's Collingwood, obviously. His name's Markov, and he's got the most brilliant moustache.
Mm.
He should be... If this guy doesn't turn up to training on a penny farthing, I'm sad. He's like straight out of the 1880s.
Right.
It's magnificent. He's the guy that should be on the back of that carriage with the curly writing going, would you? Could you?
Let me guess. He plays in knickerbockers.
Yes.
Or he would if he could.
And he's a gentleman.
Of course.
He pushes the guy in the mud and then lifts him up again. And, he's not used to actually playing with an umpire. He's happy to discuss free kicks with the opposing captain.
Of course.
Did you know footy was played like that? They didn't have umpires?
I wonder if that would have been better.
Yeah, I guess. Captains would discuss things.
Wow.
And have it out in their caps and knickerbockers.
Oh, geez, that's what you want. Or settle it with horsewhips.
Yeah, well, there's always that.
Yeah.
There's always horsewhips.
Yes. I'll get my man to
horsewhip. Speaking of horsewhips, got nothing to do with it, but my wife was telling me how she tried to get into, like, fashion design.
Yeah.
When she was about 10. And she's going to make a pair of shorts. So she drew it on a notepad, like shorts, just like a 2-dimensional picture of the shorts. She was cut out 2 bits of material like that, and then just sewed them together. So I said it was like you were putting on an envelope because there were no sides.
Oh,
it was just the front bit and the back bit.
That would have been the talk of Fashion Week. She would have been daringly unconventional.
Yeah. I said it's a bit like putting on an envelope of suede or flannelette or whatever the fabric was. We can't remember what the fabric was. But that was the ambition of a 10-year-old. It's quite brilliant.
Did she, and this is a phrase we don't use often enough, Darren, and I wonder if you know it. Did she cock a snook at the conventions of the day?
I do know that expression. And no, she didn't because she wasn't aware of that. She was a 10-year-old girl who thought she should learn how to sew.
Can I give you the dictionary definition?
Cock a snoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Openly show contempt or lack of respect for something, or to place one's hand so that the thumb touches one's nose and fingers are spread out in order to express contempt.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Because that's a raspberry. That's not cocking a snoot. That's a raspberry. That's blowing a raspberry.
No, but this one's to place one's hand so that the thumb touches one's nose and the fingers are spread out. Isn't a raspberry going...
Oh, if you go while you do... All right, well, you can blow a raspberry and cock a snoot at the same time.
There we go.
Either way, I'm going to do one right in your face next time I see you.
Don't do that,
while we're
please.
wrestling out on your front lawn, to be polite, and get you in a headlock, ram your head into the fence.
Yeah.
Here's a funny thing I heard that it's not one of mine. I found it on the internet. But the notion that it said a colon can change the complete meaning of a sentence.
Mm.
And it gives an example. I ate my best friend's breakfast, and then I ate my best friend's colon.
I really like that.
Yeah, I thought you would.
Yeah.
Can really change the context of a sentence.
Yeah, really, just a simple colon. That's all it takes. Yeah.
I ate my best friend's colon. It's just crazy. It's a crazy thing to say.
It is.
What a crazy segment.
Oh.
Now, we would have done this last week, but we weren't on because you were... In fact, I think you were in a bar, slumped over a bar. I should have gone looking for you and slapped you around. You weren't. And where's Tony? No one knew. No one cared. I didn't get to do my segment.
Some tired old barkeep just polishing a glass for the 70th time that day. Seen it all. And as you say, he just looks over. He points with his eyes.
Yeah. Or he... does a thumb over his shoulder if he's facing the other way. He's over there. Yeah. But I would have done this last week. It would have been more current. Not that matters on this segment, but Dalai Lama.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know where to begin. Pretty outrageous behaviour from the world's deepest guy.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were saying he's got to go. They're trying to cancel it.
What? There's an HR department, is there, in the Buddhist religion?
Oh, well, if you'd listen to all the chat shows, he's got to go. You can't talk like that around little kids. You shouldn't be talking like that around anybody. 88-year-old guys need to keep their tongue in their head, Tony. It's not good. It's not a good look.
Well, I agree.
In fact, that's what his managerial office staff were saying. What were you thinking, you old coot? Keep your tongue in your head. Be deep and spiritual. Forget this tongue business.
It's in his workplace agreement that he signed.
Yeah, to be deep at all times.
Yeah.
But what I love is that they've played it off by saying he's innocent and playful.
Mm.
That's the quote they've come out with.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's often innocent and playful. Tony, you go to the men's interest ads in any tabloid, for the ones where they have silhouettes of naked women in enormous martini glasses,
Yes.
and it'll say, Candy, I can be really bossy, or I can be innocent and playful. They all say that.
They do.
They can be bossy, or they can come to your home or office or hotel room, and I'm innocent and playful. So now they can say, hi, I'm Candy. I can come and visit you in your hotel, and I'm innocent and playful, like the Dalai Lama.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Innocent and playful.
We'll let the jury decide that.
Yeah.
There won't be any innocent and playfulness where you're going, is what they'll say when they slap the cuffs on him.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Do you think, Darren, do you think police, especially when they're in duos, when they're on the way to arrest somebody, are they workshopping with each other what their cute line is going to be that always has to end with the line, where you're going?
Yes. I think they'd have their stock phrases,
Right, or is there somebody hardworking in the police department whose job it is to come up with pithy lines like that?
You're looking at 15 years of orange overalls and roll call.
Where you're going.
Where you're going. Or, well, they always play the homophobic card. There's always that, they're going to love a pretty fella like you. Where you're going. Yep. Oh, they're going to love you. Yeah. Where you're going. They always play that one. There's going to be plenty of peas and what else do they have going there? Payphones and plenty of shivs and peas. Where you're going to be? What is it?
Where you're going.
Where you're going.
Where you're going. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing but laundry and roll call. Oh, I said roll call.
Yeah, or being stabbed in the shower block kind of thing, where you're going.
Hope you like showering alone. I hope you don't get lonely. And then they slam the door really hard on them.
Yeah.
And they just slam doors all day.
Yeah.
Oh, we've discussed that.
Yeah, we have.
Prison guards love slamming doors.
Really
putting the whole shoulder into it.
What about the prisoners who were trying to sleep? They may have been up, all night. I don't know,
running an enamel mug across the bars or playing harmonica.
Yeah, or digging an escape tunnel.
Yep.
And
one cuff load at a time.
Yeah. Cuff load, of course. That they've got to then let loose in the exercise yard, don't they, Darren?
Yeah, but it's interesting that their overalls have cuffs.
Which is a bit silly.
What's it happened in... What was that?
Was it The Great Escape?
No, it was the one with... Freeman.
Oh, yeah,
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
The world's most becalming man.
Yeah, great point. Yep.
If no one believes me or thinks, or if I'm starting to feel a bit like crazy and I'm losing credibility with people, I get Morgan Freeman to explain things to people.
That's a good
If
point.
you don't believe me,
listen
to this guy. And then I call Morgan over.
Yeah.
He'll kind of get into that voice and make everyone feel good. Does that sound like Morgan Freeman?
It does, but I wonder if you could get your friend Sylvester Stallone to do the same thing.
This is him. Crack your skull, take you up. You've made me do it.
Yeah, made you do it. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
I'm like an animated rat. I can't not do it. If you say do it, I do it, and I think I can't do it too much because it'll become
a thing.
What? Yeah, if I do it too much and people love it, and then all of a sudden they get sick of it.
Yeah.
And they go, he's doing that voice again. He's doing Rocky. And then eventually they all turn off. And then I'm walking around the streets and go, oh, come on. And people are just turning away from me going, no, and shaking heads. And I'm just doing it to myself as I walk around the neighbourhood, and people are going, oh, that's really sad what happened to that guy. And I'm just going, Puerto Rico, come on. South Boy, Mr. Tiger, And people that don't like it just hate me.
How could they?
Hate my guts.
How could they?
So that's what's going to happen. So I wasn't going to do it, but you made me do it. But I like doing sumo as well. Spider Rico. He's a great boxer. You love it, don't you?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Let's say you should.
Yeah, I agree. The Shawshank Redemption is the name of the film we were looking
good call.
Yeah.
And and Morgan Freeman was really wise in that. And what is his name? Really tall actor.
Oh, Tim Robbins. Tim Robbins.
Yeah. I read somewhere he missed out on a lot of work because he was so tall.
Oh, that's not fair.
Yeah, he sort of towered over leading ladies. So it's pretty easy to cast someone else in Hollywood. There's always plenty of other talent around, and he didn't get as much work as he might have. He's about or something, or maybe more. He's enormous.
Well, if he'd got drafted to the Hollywood Football League, he would have been a useful swing roll ruckman.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said to them.
He did. He was he's on record. Yeah.
Look, getting back to football, I forgot to tell you, some of the other haircuts, you guys have gone in with the long hair with the top knot.
Oh, not the man bun, which is to me an abomination.
It's kind of long and flowing, but it's all peeled back in a bun. It's a bit, I call it the Mongolian emperor look.
Oh, yes. All right, but you've got to be on horseback to cover that off and be...
on horseback.
On horseback.
Villages and stuff.
Yes, with a bow and arrow while shooting somebody without breaking stride.
Yep, and they could all do that too.
Oh.
All those hordes, Genghis Khan and all those guys, they could do all that.
Yeah.
There are still horsemen in Afghanistan now that can cut. They'll ride full speed, hands free, and they can nail a target with an arrow.
Oh.
And they play a form of water polo. We've discussed this, not water polo. Instead of a ball, they use a dead goat. They do produce 70% of the world's heroin. Okay. So there is that.
All right, so
they can't tell the difference between a ball and a dead goat. No, not when you're tripping, so to speak. They can't tell the difference between a lot of things. This is a terrifying thing to tell you, but you know the book I was telling you about, the guy who walked across Afghanistan, and he told me I read about the wrestling that went on with the politeness.
That's right.
Can you remember
in Afghanistan? That was amazing. Yeah.
That's all in Afghanistan. Well, also now there's a bit of an interesting situation. There's very little toilet paper in Afghanistan, and he was in one village. They didn't even give him water. He was treated a bit oddly in some of the villages. They didn't give him water or anything, and he went into a sort of a courtyard area to go, and there was another guy already out there wiping his bottom with gravel.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that. Yep.
Gravel?
Yeah, I'll stay home, thanks, if that's the choice.
Of all the things, they have fabric. Gravel,
yeah, no.
And you know that during COVID, they were fighting over gravel. They were hoarding gravel. There were Karens fighting down by the quarry. Give me that gravel. And people were forced to use pebbles and boulders. Yeah, shocking business.
Terrible.
Where's the dignity?
There's no dignity.
Yeah, see what I did with it. But I don't want to leave on that note because it's disgusting, but I probably should go. But
all right.
Just as a thought, remember how in cowboy movies, cowboys always end up fighting if there's going to be a fight on a train, they always end up on the roof of the train.
It's true.
Yeah. Punching each other until they hit a bridge. Yeah. So I remember the time I got into a fight, started to get a fight on a train, and one of the security guys said, "Not down here, guys. Take it up onto the roof, where it's much safer."
That's right. It's got a duck for the bridges. Yeah.
All right, I better let you go. You've been a lot of fun.
Darren,
thanks for coming.
Thank you, as always. Right. And we'll hear this madness again on Monday. Darren Casey, go to Australia Overnight's Facebook page for the link. I needed that.
Thank you.
Back in a moment.